Colby's been in training. He's been in the camps, and I bet his team was like, "We're not moving how we used to move, my man." Like Father Time was like, "Yo, make America great," all that stuff, the bag of stuff. I get it. It's time, Bubba. And Father Time comes for everybody. And it caught up to Colby. You can say ring rust. Dominic Cruz begged to differ. I do believe in ring rust, but he just didn't look like the tenacious Colby Covington. The pace, the transitions, the movement, the fluidity. It just wasn't. It wasn't there. Now it's not as extreme as we saw with Tony Ferguson, but for Colby, it's like it's just not there. Also, you're taking 2 years off and fighting Leon Edwards, so that magnifies everything because Leon Edwards is firing on all cylinders. He's in his prime. He's won 13 in a row. He's undefeated. So it's like it's going to highlight that how much Colby's fallen off after 2 years. One of them got better and one of them got worse, and it gets hugely magnified when you take 2 years off and one guy's been active, and he happens to be the best in the world at welterweight. So there's still fights for Colby. I don't know what he wants to do. I know he called out Wonder Boy. Mm-hmm. They might do that. The day and age of him fighting for titles is over. This is the third one the UFC's tried to give him. I think anybody besides his mom and dad would argue he didn't deserve that title shot. That was a little bit of WWE-ish. That this is where the line gets blurred with the WWE stuff and the UFC stuff. If Colby didn't have the MAGA stuff, if the UFC wasn't pro MAGA, if UFC, don't be tricked thinking that Trump being there with Kid Rock and the same cast every time isn't planned. That's not just Trump calling up Dana the night before the fight, being like, I think I'm going to fly to Vegas and just check out Colby out. No, this is all planned. That whole fan base, that's to help Trump out. It's, Dana supports him majorly. I'm not saying it's wrong. I'm not saying it's right. But what I'm saying is that's all calculated. Colby Covington getting a title shot, which doesn't make any sense. That's all calculated. The MAGA stuff, the Trump, all that's calculated to bring that fan base, to get these views. Did Colby deserve that fight over Bilal Muhammad? Absolutely not. Come on. All this is where the WWE world mixes in, which I don't like. I don't like it. You want this to be a real sport. You don't have the guy because he can help push this agenda or he can bring these eyeballs, gets a title shot over a Bilal Muhammad who clearly deserves it more than anybody. Then what are we doing? That'd be like the NFL going, Cowboys are America's team. We got to give them to the Super Bowl. So refs, make sure you give them the calls. Would you watch the NFL the same way? No, man. If they're playing your Eagles or your Giants or Redskins, you're like, this sucks, dude. The Cowboys shouldn't be in the Super Bowl. We all know it. And we know why the NFL's pushing them, because they're good for ratings. You're like, that's not how this works. The best team should be in the Super Bowl. The best fighter should be fighting for the world championship. The champion should be fighting the number one contender. Colby's not the number one contender. All this is calculated. All this is an agenda. Trump being there, Kid Rock being there, all that, Tucker Carlson being there. None of this is by coincidence. All this is an agenda. It's Dana White's league. All good. Do what you want to do, But this backfired. This backfired. And for Colby, that's his thing. He attached his wagon to that hitch. So he has to double down on that. First thing he did when he got on the mic was talk about border control and all this stuff. You're like, you don't want to talk about the fight? You don't want to talk about what's next in your career? I know you called out Wonder Boy Thompson, but you don't want to talk about that. You're never fighting for a title again?
And there's footage of Trump walking out of the arena while Colby was talking, so people were like, that sucks, dude.
Like, Trump's a savage. Yeah. Trump's savage. He doesn't associate with losers. And that's the Trump probably thinks he's a loser. He's like, oh, hell no. This dude's pushing border control and shit, and he's pushing, meet me at the White House. You think Colby's team's calling up Trump to go to Mar-a-Lago? No, the UFC. All that's this isn't some conspiracy like Flat Earth here. All that's easy stuff, man. This is all an agenda. But Leon Edwards doesn't play the agenda. He's a real fighter. Wait, hold on. Because he's with Trump and all this, and Trump's saying cage side and Tucker Carlson and Kid Rock, I don't give a shit. I'm kicking him in the face. UFC's like, oh, I know that sucks. All that'd be like the NFL. It's no different than the NFL forcing the Dallas Cowboys to the Super Bowl. They just got their ass whooped by the Bills. They have no business going to the Super Bowl just because they're the most famous team. That'd be the NBA pushing the Lakers. They're good, but come on, man. They're better than the Nuggets? No. Jokic isn't as entertaining. He doesn't get as many eyeballs. Better than LeBron. So we got to keep the sport in the UFC. I know the WWE and the whole TKO thing, but we can't go that route. And this is the first sign they're going a little bit of that route. And it's heartbreaking. It's not good.